The United States has completed its withdrawal from the World Health Organization, and the U.S. claims it is leaving due to the organization's mishandling of the COVID-19 pandemic, its failure to adopt reforms, and its inability to demonstrate independence from political influence.
What is this one?
Withdrawing from the World Health Organization, sir?
Ooh, that's a big one.
You say that European Union conflict is part of BRICS.
Withdrawing from the World Health Organization?
President Trump had announced plans to leave the WHO in January 2025, remember, just hours after he was sworn in for a second term. In the year-long process, the U.S. stopped funding WHO and withdrew all personnel from the organization. It also started pivoting activities previously conducted with the organization to direct bilateral engagements with other countries and organizations. In fact, additionally, the Trump administration criticized WHO's leadership structure, saying that none of its 9 directors general were American, despite the scale of U.S. funding and the involvement of personnel from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Back in 2020, Trump announced a decision to quit WHO after more than 70 years of membership. But the United States rejoined the organization under the presidency of Joe Biden. Experts are warning that the U.S. withdrawal from the organization will diminish its global influence and leave it more vulnerable to pandemics.
Global health is national policy and national security. It's a national security issue because the World Health Organization is critical for disease surveillance, things like updating vaccine standards, sharing data. And without that, the United States is vulnerable. We're vulnerable to pandemics. We're vulnerable to infectious diseases that can surge here in America.
Since assuming office last January, Trump has signed a memorandum directing his country's withdrawal from 66 international organizations, which, according to him, no longer serve American interests. These organizations include 31 UN entities and 35 non-UN organizations. The WHO warning that the Trump administration's decision to withdraw from the UN Health Agency will be dangerous for the US and the rest of the world.
I hope the US will reconsider its decision and rejoin WHO. That's what I wish. The reason I'm saying this is withdrawal from WHO is a lose for the United States, and it's also a lose for the rest of the world. I also believe that when I say lose-lose, it also makes the US unsafe, the withdrawal, and makes the rest of the world unsafe.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.